Hello everyone, today I was planning on making a video on comparing and contrasting three different DACs. We have the Skit, or as most people call it, Shit Mod i3. I didn't want to use the foul language, but some people refer to it as that. It's all made in USA, beautiful metal case, a great sounding DAC, although I have some problem with the build quality as far as the connections in the back. I'll get to that when I make the video. We have the Topping E30, a great sounding DAC. I have it connected to my network streamer, which is a Yamaha, I forgot what the model number is, but I'll show you when I make that particular video. And then the last one is the Aram, my favorite DAC amongst all of these. Aram RDAC. I think it's it's made in UK. I mean, there's no indication as to where it was made. But I'm assuming that because of the build quality and this great presentation, I think it was probably an English-made product. But I figured that it's a stormy, rainy day in the Sacramento Valley, so let's make this video a bit more fun than just reviewing a couple DACs. So I'll make that another time, and I'm just going to show you some of the records I've acquired over the past few days from the record store in the Sacramento. The record store is called The Record Store, and it's located in South Sacramento, and it's my favorite record store in the Sacramento Valley. There's one in Davis I visited a while back, and there's also another record store in Sacramento. I'm not going to mention their name, but these days they don't really seem to care much about the cleanliness of their store, and like there's no air conditioning, so I sort of shy away from that place and put my focus and attention on this particular record store off of Fruitridge Boulevard, I think. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to check it out. But they have a pretty wide, interesting selection of classical music, progressive rock, jazz, pop music. Obviously, of course, I gravitate towards classical music and jazz. But I'm going to show you some of the records I got the other days for like excellent price, for basically pennies. Especially in the context of classical music, you can pick up almost like a brand new record that was only played maybe a handful of times for like $2, which is kind of crazy for what you get, for what you're getting. Some of those classical records, you can't find them on streaming services, you can't find them on CD. They're highly collectible. And that's what I really appreciate about that particular store. But I'm going to show you this beautiful vinyl. This is Stand Up by Jethro Tull, one of my most favorite progressive rock bands of all time, led by Ian Anderson. I never owned this on vinyl. I have it on CD. I think it was released as part of those kind of 50th anniversary collection. I think it was maybe was it one of the ones that Steven Wilson did for 5.1 surround. I have to look up on that, but I have it on CD, I have it on cassette. I never had it on vinyl, and I was surprised by the beautiful. I seen pictures of that, but I was surprised by the beautiful presentation. The album cover, of course, not my most favorite Jethro Tull album covers of all time. Thick as a Brick is my favorite album cover by Jethro Tull. But as soon as you open up the record, all the band members kind of pop right up. We have Ian Anderson, we have Martin Barr, we have Glenn Cornick, and we have Clive Bunker on the drum. After this record, unfortunately, this line of Jethro Tull came to an end. And then we had Barrymore Barlow joining the band, John Evans, and who else joined the band? Jeffrey Hammond on the bass. They all joined the band, and of course they produced some amazing material, like Aqualung, Thick as a Brick, The Passion Play, The Minster in the Gallery, and so on and so forth. So yeah, one of my most favorite Jethro Tull albums of all time. So let's have a look at the song selection. So we have A New Day Yesterday. Let's see if I can play that in the flute. So I have my flute right over here. I think I got a couple of notes wrong, but it sounds kind of like that, almost like that. So, other songs, we have Jeffrey Goes to Leicester Square, not a very recognizable tune by Jethro Tull. Boré, oh yeah, Boré is Excellent, excellent song. Of course, it was composed by J.S. Bach, and then Ian Anderson, sort of transcribed that as like a kind of jazz fusion, classical music and jazz kind of fusion song. So let's see. Great piece of music. I have the sheet music. One of these days I have to practice that again. I used to play this all the time many years ago, but I think at some point I had the whole thing memorized and I could play from the very beginning to the end, but I've forgotten. I haven't played in years. It's a beautiful music by Jethro Tull, and this sounded kind of like some of the stuff that Emerson, Lake and Palmer did back in the 70s. They were playing the kind of rock adaptations of classical music, like Pictures from the Memory by Mussorgsky and so on and so forth. And kind of Jethro Tull kind of tapped into that kind of genre and musical mentality. So other songs, Back to the Family, look into the song, great song. Nothing is Easy, Fat Man. We Used to Know is one of my most favorite Jethro Tull songs of all time. The lyrics is beautiful, the chord progression is excellent, and many people say that this was the precursor to Hotel California by Eagles. It's a pretty uncomfortable position and having tuned this guitar. Let's see if I can get it right playing like this. I think it starts with E minor. Does it go to... Beautiful chord progression. Of course, I butchered it, but yeah, excellent song by Jethro Tull. What else do we have there? We have Reasons for Waiting and For a Thousand Mothers. Yeah, Glenn Cornick played bass guitar, Clive Bunker played drums and all manner of percussion. Martin Lancelot Barre, or Martin Barr, played electric guitar and flute and side 1, track 2 and side 2, track 4. Ian Anderson played the flute, acoustic guitar, Hammond organ, piano, mandolin, balalaika, mouth organ, and of course sang as well. So the next record is kind of interesting. It's J.S. Bach 3 Flute Sonatas. The flute player, I'd never heard of her before. Of course, I have the Bach Flute Sonatas by James Galway, by Jean-Pierre Rampal, Nicolet, the French flute player. I think I have the version by the contemporary player as well, the Swiss player. I forgot his name. Anyways, it might come back to me later. This is it's a sonata in B minor. I think that's a beautiful flute sonata, and George Malcolm and Ambrose Gauntlet. Yeah, I mean, let's see on the back what it says. There's expression here in abundance. Quality and balance are superb, and the playing is such that music sounds lovelier than ever before, at least in my experience. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I feel the same about this particular vinyl and particular record. I'm pretty sure it's a performance of pretty high quality, but I'll have to listen to it to confirm that. Not that I'm any judge, of quality music or so I'm a flute enthusiast. I'm not a flute player. I can read music and I can play kind of Bach music, so on and so forth. But I'm in no level, not in the same caliber as these players who produce records and perform all over the world. So the other record I got is the Chopin Flute Sonatas by Martha Argeric. an excellent, excellent. I've already listened to this, and it's a perfect, fantastic rendition of Chopin's piano sonatas. So which one does she play? The piano sonata number 3 in B minor, and that's side A. The side B, mazurka number 1, 2, 3, nocturne number 4, scherzo number 3 in C sharp minor. The next one, of course, another record by Jethro Tull, Benefit. An excellent Jethro Tull album. I think in terms of if I were to rank my favorite Jethro Tull albums, Thick as a Brick would definitely be on top of the list. And then after that, I think I would have Aqualung, and then after that, maybe a Passion Play, Minster in the Gallery, Songs from the Wood, Heavy Horses, and after that, I might put Benefit. Let's see, With You There, Help Me, With You There to Help Me, Nothing to Say, Inside, for Michael Collins, Jeffrey and Me, Side 2, To Cry You a Song, yeah, excellent song, Teacher, Saw City, You're a Woman. Some of these songs are fine, but a lot of them to me are not necessarily memorable as memorable as the tune we find in Thick as a Brick. Some of these songs, it feels like the band is kind of jamming as opposed to playing together in like a coherent way, but they're great songs nonetheless. I mean, Teacher is a great song by Jethro Tull. Yeah, one of my favorite, definitely favorite Jethro Tull albums of all time. What have I got next? The Aram Kachaturian Ballet. So Gayam Ballet or Suite. And it's a whole lot of Japanese written on the back. Of course, I can't read that. But to me, I think it looks like a very collectible thing. And I never owned this on vinyl. Of course, the tune, I think the suite was used in 2001 Space Odyssey. The part that the spaceship is kind of floating in the space. It's a very kind of melancholic, sort of interesting tune. I'm really one of my favorite classical music pieces of all time. Really, definitely. So I'm planning to listen to this pretty soon. And the other one, of course, the Nutcracker by Tchaikovsky. It's in just immaculate shape. It's in beautiful shape. Let's see who the conductor is. Jean Lankberry is the conductor. Let's see. And this is the Nutcracker in its entirety. This is not the Nutcracker suite. This is basically the whole thing from the beginning to the end, the whole ballet. And so a lot of the music that's included in the suite are perfect, but it doesn't include some of my favorite tunes in there. So yeah. Anyways, Tchaikovsky, the Nutcracker, of course, a quintessential classical music record for anyone who loves classical music, who's digging classical music. This is, of course, a necessity in your collection. So just make sure that you get a copy of Nutcracker. If you're interested in classical music, give it a good listen. Yeah, so anyways, next I'm planning to do a contrast and comparison of those 3 decks like mid this week or maybe by the weekend. And I plan to include a lot of information as to how they sound and how they stack up against each other. So yeah, thank you very much for paying attention to this video. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel. I have more interesting material to come. Until next time, have a terrific night. Take care. Bye.